What's going on, YouTube? It's CHIEFTEXX Films, your tour guide on the road to elevating your image. And on this channel, I like to highlight my ups and downs so you can capitalize off of my wins and suffer none of my losses. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss any more videos. Alright, today we doing green screen compositing. Alright, if you've been watching the channel, I'm pretty sure you noticed I lost the love for music videos, man. It's just so many people doing it for cheap, so that way I can't flex my creativity like I want to because the budget's not there. So in order to keep me motivated, I'm going back to compositing. I did that a lot in the beginning of my career. It excited me to create things, to create sets, to put you in space, to put you in a warehouse, to put you wherever. So I'm going back to that. I feel like I'm gonna get my love back for shooting music videos if I do that, if I go back to green screen compositing. So that's what I'm gonna do. The issue with when I was doing it the first time, all the videos came out dope. It's just the angles was off because I was taking stock footage off the internet. So today, I'm out shooting backgrounds, man. I'm downtown Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I'm shooting backgrounds to see if I can get the angle right. Well, I know I can get the angle right if I'm shooting it. You know what I mean? So we're going to shoot a couple backgrounds and take it back to the MacBook and see if we can composite a dope scene, man. So that's what we're doing today. All right, on this set right here, well, on this scene right here, I'm getting B-roll. In order to tie in what I do on green screen, you gotta have some B-roll of the actual location. So I'm just getting the stairwells and the sky, just stuff around the location that you can add to the music video or whatever you're using it for to make it believable, like you really there. Finding B-roll is always tough, but what I realized is when you on set, it doesn't seem like it's worth shooting. But when you get it back to the editing suite, then you're glad that you did. You know, you're glad that you can use that one element. You know, it might be an ant crawling on the ground or some grass and coming out of the concrete or something, man. Every little thing like that spices up the visuals. So getting B-roll, the rule of thumb that I use is just shoot everything, man. Right here I'm doing, this is my music video rock, which I'm about to retire. I'm about to retire this rock because I got too much camera shake in this camera, man. This is a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, and it doesn't have any image stabilization, so every time I do this rock, it just turns out bad. As you can see from this footage, it's real shaky. I wish I had the Ronin S or I should have brought the glide cam out, but this is what the scene turned out like, man. This is the final product. Now, that green screen footage is my sister-in-law from like 5 or 6 years ago, shot on a GH4. So I just got me another green screen. I'm looking at upgrading footage like that. So, but that's what we're working with. I'm gonna use that for every set that I show you today, just because that's the only green screen footage that I have that has the feet in it. Every other green screen footage I have, the feet are cut off. So that's what I'm gonna use today. But right here, I'm on the courthouse steps. This footage turned out straight, but also with this music video rock that I'm doing, it's got too much shake and jitter in it, man. So like I said, a steady cam would have been better in this situation. I'm gonna bring the glide cam out and probably get the same set or a similar set later on and do it the right way, coupled with better green screen footage with everything that I know now. But here's this is what it looked like on the steps of the courthouse, man. Like I said, that footage was shaky, and another thing is I had it on plexiglass when I shot that years ago, so it's causing some funny looking stuff around her feet. I got to work on that, and also putting shadows on the feet if I want to make this look believable, and the way that the shadows are leaning, where the light source is coming from, all of that kind of stuff matters. But these are some steps that I used when I first started photography, man. I had a model, had a magazine back in the day, and these are the steps that we use for that shoot. So I always liked the way that these look, so I figured I get a background of it and use it in my productions in the future for green screen stuff. So I don't know, it turned out pretty good, but also the shakiness, so I'm gonna have to come back with the glide cam on this also. But this is what it looks like. That scene turned out pretty dope, being that her feet wasn't in the shot. I just scaled her up and brought her towards the camera more, which is cool. So I might use this green screen that I have and not really focus on the feet, because if you think about it, you really don't put the feet in on set shots anyway. So I think I'm gonna shoot some stuff here pretty soon with El Grammy or some models or something, and really work on these backgrounds, man. But right here, I'm in the street getting another scene. And this scene was dope. I like this building, but this is what it turned out like. So after spending all day shooting backgrounds and editing this green screen footage on the computer, I realized that this is a dope way to add creativity to my music videos, and it also added motivation for me to do it. But I wouldn't do the whole video in green screen. In my mind, when I initially sought out to do this, I was like, man, I'm gonna shoot the whole video in green screen. That way, all I have to do is get the artist performance scene, and then I can go in post and add the backgrounds from a library of backgrounds that I plan on shooting, and it'll just make my job a lot easier, where I don't really have to deal with people. You know what I mean? So that was my idea, but I feel now that you would have to use live footage or on-set footage in the video, and just use this as like maybe the performance scene, or something along those lines, just to add some accent to it, And also, if you're shooting on set, you still can add these elements in your footage with this motion tracking idea. You can add, a burning trash can behind you. That's something that if you're shooting out in public downtown Fayetteville or something, you really can't just set a trash can on fire. So being able to do that in post and put that in there using the 3D tracking tool on After Effects, you can pretty much put anything in the scene that you can think of. So I think that's what I take away from doing this shoot, is it heightened my creativity and made me think that I can add anything to my scenes now to get that wow factor. I would love to put a garbage can in back of you and set it on fire and put that in the actual on-set location, but when you're shooting low-budget music videos, it's impossible to do unless you get the fire department to come out you know, make sure that everything is safe. That's how J. Cole did when he came to Fayetteville and did the Who Dat video. I was shooting videos in Fayetteville for like 4 or 5 years before that video, and I always thought to myself, what if I needed pyrotechnics? How would I go about getting that? And he showed me, that video showed me, I was on set, and that video showed me how you do it. You get the fire department out there, the police department to lock the street off, and all of this stuff that these artists really not going to be willing to pay for if they're not making millions of dollars off of their music. So being in the low budget realm, this is perfect to add things to your scene that you couldn't add, you know, live or on set. So this is I'm glad that I revisited this. Quarantine had me thinking, you know, I started watching a lot of my old videos and seeing some of the green screen stuff that I was putting in those first couple of videos, and was thinking, man, why did I get away from that? And like I said, it was the angles, and shooting the backgrounds really ties everything in, shooting it yourself. So I'm really hype about green screen composition, so you'll see a lot of that more on the channel going forward. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you click that subscription button and click that notification bell so you don't miss any more videos, man. But anyway, I'm out. But y'all keep them cameras rolling, man.